You hear the stories. The cold spots, the fleeting shadow, the bump in the night. But what if those aren't just spooky tales? What if they're pieces of a larger puzzle? Pieces connected by human experience, emotion, and memory. I'm Tiffany, a paranormal investigator and psychic medium. Here on Beyond Logic with Tiffany, we're stepping past the fear. We're not just hunting ghosts, we're seeking to humanize the paranormal, connect with the spirits, find compelling evidence, and finally connect the dots that link our world and the next. This is Beyond Logic with Tiffany. Hi, everybody. I am with Mark and Michelle. They're from Darkside Spirit Seekers in the UK. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Why don't we start by telling the viewers and things a little bit about yourselves, how you got into the paranormal, and we'll kind of take it away from there.
No, you can start.
Well, I got into the paranormal. It was back in 2020. It was like at the end of 2020 that I got into it. And it was really a picture that got me into it. I was going to, it was mine and my husband at the time, we was going to our first investigation that we'd ever attended. And as we set off from home, I looked into the back of the car and there was this woman just sat in the back of the car looking at me. And there should have only been myself and my husband in the car, but she was just sat there looking at me, and my husband couldn't see her. Only I could actually see her. So I just left it, and then I got to the investigation because I mean he wouldn't believe me that there was a woman sat there for love nor money. He just wouldn't, and he would thought I was going crazy. So we got to the investigation and had word with the medium that was there, and he said that he could see this woman with me, and I was kind of pleased that it wasn't just my imagination, as you can imagine. And at the end of the night, from the investigation, they took some pictures, and in one of the pictures that were sent to me, there's this woman in white clearly stood at the back of me.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I was quite surprised actually. They actually caught her on a picture. And I was happy because obviously, my husband could then see that I wasn't making it up. But it did come as quite a shock to actually know that she was actually with me. And I've been told even to this day that this woman is still with me, even though I don't really give her a lot of time because her intentions are not always good. So I don't sort of thingy that she's there.
Acknowledge her.
Yeah, I don't acknowledge her and that
Oh,
she's
wow.
there. So yeah,
She's nasty, isn't she?
yeah.
Or
A
she
lot
can
of
be.
a lot of mediums have picked up that she's not a nice person. So yeah,
Vindictive.
but I don't acknowledge her. So, but that's how I got in, and how was it you got in?
Oh, when was mine? Was it 2018? Just before you.
Hmm.
Obviously, you're more experienced than me, but I before that I used to do urban exploring. So I explored abandoned buildings around the UK. And there was one particular building where I used to live in Lincolnshire, not far from where I live now. And it was an old abandoned manor house owned by a local MP who'd passed away. And I was told, given information, the fact that there's access to this building now, because obviously there's no access. I won't go in, obviously. We don't break in. And I thought, yeah, we'll not be able to get in. As soon as I got there, the front door, or the back door, should I say, the kitchen door was open. Oh, okay, well, kitchen door's open. We'll go in, we'll have a little nosy, take some pictures, and then we'll go, as what we normally do. And so it was going around upstairs, downstairs. It was not quite ruinous, but it was damp, moldy, wet. There was broken crockery everywhere. Personal pictures just thrown all over the place. It was awful.
Oh,
And a
wow.
lovely building though. Early 1900s it was built,
Hmm.
and we was going up the long uh, thingy that goes up the staircase, sorry, and was looking around upstairs, and we heard some like crunching downstairs, like somebody walking across broken crockery. So I said to my friend, I said, "Did you hear that?" And he goes, "Yes, I definitely heard that." So, well, we best go see who it is. It could be kids, as it's they frequent these buildings. It could be other investigators or explorers, or it could be the police, even though the police tend to announce themselves if they're there. We went downstairs, checked all the rooms. There's absolutely nothing there. Nothing at all. I mean, it could have been an animal. Maybe it was, I don't know, but there was nothing there. But as I was about to go back up the stairs, on the bottom spindle of the staircase was this really old, small perfume bottle. And in front of that was a black and white picture, which was not there when we first went up them stairs. So I looked at my mate, open mouthed as I normally do, and says, well, I can't explain that one. Said something's going on here. This is freaky. It was about a month later after that, I was told it was the grandparents of the MP that owned the house. But that was not there. I'd noticed it was up there because I'm a very nosy person.
You are.
And so I thought, okay, that's strange. But I carried on anyway. And as we came back downstairs again before we was about to go, and well, what got me to turn towards the staircase, but I turned all this and I saw this mist, but it was like the mist was like walking like that up the steps. It was really weird, and it got about three-quarters of the way up. Sorry, it just disappeared. And I said, okay, that's it. We need to go. I said, this is freaking me out because I've never witnessed this before. So and at that point, I didn't believe in ghosts or paranormal or anything like that. I thought it was all a load of hocus pocus. I'd seen Most Haunted, and I thought, oh, it's all like that. It's all made up. So I didn't believe in this, but I couldn't explain it. And thought nothing of it. And I got home and I was looking at my pictures before I put them onto Facebook and social media. And one picture stood out. I had pictures with mist on, didn't I?
Yeah.
It's not my breath, because I always hold my breath when I take pictures. I always do, in case you contaminate the picture. But on half the picture there was this mist, and it covered half of a sofa and the wall at the side of it. Well, on this sofa, what I perceive is a little girl sat. Because you can see her hand, you can see her face, and everything like that. And well, that just blew me away. But on further inspection, moving to the wall in the fireplace, was this girl, another girl, and a dog morphed into the fireplace. It's not pareidolia, it's not brickwork or anything like that. And that completely blew my mind. And since then, I've been an absolute believer in all paranormal. I want to get more into it as I go along. But yeah.
Holy cow.
I know.
Phenomenal stories right off
the words I used when I was at the explore line, but yeah.
That is incredible. That's awesome.
And yeah, blew me away.
I mean, I'm kind of speechless, and that doesn't happen very often.
No, it's the same with me.
Wow.
I mean, it's good when you can catch stuff, like on pictures or videos, and it's really good when you can do that. It really is.
Yeah, for sure. That is fantastic. That is so cool.
Thank you.
So, I mean, both of you kind of had like a happenstance kind of encounter with paranormal, but do you use any like equipment now to kind of?
We do, yes. We've got an array of equipment, all different kind of equipment, ranging from REM pods, K2 meters, cat balls, sensors, laser grids, SLS camera, loads of devices that we use. But I always say now I've learned a lot more, that you are the best tool to use, not pieces of equipment. You're the best
Absolutely.
tool. And the equipment I class as just toys for the paranormal or the spirits to play with, if they so wish. And I think your senses are the best form of equipment to use.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Do you have, I mean, aside from obviously yourselves, but do you have like a favorite piece of equipment that you use even if you're just kind of hanging out just to see what happens with it?
SLS camera.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think it's the SLS camera. I love that. It blows me away. Again, it's quite a heavy piece of equipment when you're carrying it around for like half an hour or so, but it is. I do like the SLS, more than anything else.
Once, and I think that I will agree with that. They're really neat how they can pick up like the different things, and that's cool.
Yes.
I like my mobile phone as well, because I've caught so many things you just using my mobile phone. It's just been crazy, hasn't it? The amount of things we've caught.
EVPs.
EVPs are very clear, just clear EVPs, clear pictures. And so, yeah, my mobile phone, I just love using that.
I'm also a very avid phone user when it comes to stuff like that, because you really never know. And it's something that, at least for me, I don't usually pay attention to. Like I feel like
Yeah,
if I have a recorder, I'm always very like cognizant of where it is and what I'm doing. My phone is just kind of there.
yeah.
So I can agree with that. That's really
I mean, we
cool.
were we was looking over some evidence last night from a pub that we went to last Sunday, and we didn't realise the amount of EVPs that we'd actually caught in such a short recording. We'd actually done, I think I got it down to about, was it about 45 seconds?
Yeah,
Something
45
like that.
seconds, something like that.
Not quite a minute, but not far off. And we caught one voice that said, "Who's that?" Then we caught a clear voice that said the name Graham. And then after the name Graham, we heard like an echoed female voice, but we couldn't quite make out what
Yeah.
she was saying.
Oh, that's really neat. That's
Yeah,
so
it
cool.
was good, wasn't it?
It's a lovely place to go to. It's one of our go-to places, and we like that place.
Yeah,
You know,
it's called the Old Salutation Inn, and that's in Nottingham in the UK. And it's a fantastic place because it's got caves underneath the pub. So the caves are
yeah,
very active, aren't they?
yes, I love
Very
cave. I
active,
love
yeah.
caves.
Yeah, caves are just amazing. But it's
That is
so
so
active, isn't
cool.
it, really?
It is. It's got a dark presence there as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I would
it's
imagine
better.
caves would kind of have that negativity maybe attached to it. You never know what's happening under those
They
underground.
were old
Now.
smugglers' caves. They were originally, so it's obviously there's a network of caves under Nottingham. There's about 150 miles worth of caves under Nottingham that reach out to the sea at some point, and some go under ley lines, and it's
Mm,
very active. A lot of the caves that's under that pub now have been blocked off
mm.
for obvious reasons, but it's I want to go down more. I want to unblock it and go down
Yeah.
more because I love tunnels. Anything dark, tunnels, basements, caves, anything like that's my area of expertise. I love them.
Yeah, you love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you think that's because the energy doesn't have anywhere to go that it's more active in like caves or spaces like that? Because it's all like natural, like essentially around it.
It's all trapped in as well,
It
isn't it, when
is,
you
but
think about
I
it?
just like being underground.
Mm.
I love being underground. Since my days in the military, I've always loved being in the dark, dingy places that no light. So I'm more in tune when it gets to pitch black because I've got very good night vision in my own eyes, so I can see more in the dark than I can during the day. It's weird to explain that because people look at me and think, "Well, no, that's impossible." I
Mm.
can definitely see more in the dark than I can during the day.
Yeah.
So
I can
it's
understand that. Your senses are more in tune when everything else is blocked out. So that makes sense to
Yeah.
me anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm not going
huh.
mad then.
No, you know, no.
Forgive my ignorance. Is the UK like against paranormal, or do you find it that it's becoming a little bit more welcoming of it? I've heard both angles.
Yes, a bit of both, really. I personally think there's more people that seem to want to do the paranormal now than there ever used to be. I think that's more because of the likes of Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures in the States, places people like things like that. Even though obviously we try and tell people they're not quite 100% true, and I think that's got more and more people interested and intrigued in the paranormal. But possibly like you guys in the States, we have a lot of backstabbing, egos. We're better than you. This, that, and the other, and it's getting very toxic.
Mm.
It really is, unfortunately, and
There's just no para unity,
there
is
is no
there, at
unity
all?
nowadays, is there? No,
No.
we're all there for the same reason. We're all there to get the same evidence. Is there life after death? Because we're never going to know. As far as I'm aware, we're not going to know. But everybody wants to be, better, or we're better than you. Our evidence is better than yours. Yours is fake. It's rubbish, and it's just, yeah.
Been a big thing on Facebook lately is that para unity, and that's I go back and forth with it because I have my small little knit group, and we support each other as a lot. And then you see the bigger teams that are bashing everybody, and I shouldn't say bigger, I should not say that, but the people that are a little bit more well known that are
Yeah.
bashing the para unity and all of that. But you have us little guys out here, just trying to have fun and learn what we can do, and it's not really about the money or anything else like that. So I go back and forth with that para-unity thing.
Yeah. I mean, our team's got 20 odd people in our team, but we support each other, don't we?
Yeah.
We're not against each other.
Mhm.
We've all got our like skill sets and we put them to good use, all together as one.
Yeah.
And it works. It really does work for us.
So, and we try to investigate with other teams as well as best we can.
Yeah.
But you have to be very selective to who you investigate with, because there is, like I said, there is a lot of toxicity. There really is. And we find that especially in this country, the ones that like to fabricate things or make things up, they're the ones that get the followers. But the people like us, small teams like you guys, we wouldn't dream of faking anything. I don't see the point in that.
No.
We don't get followed. Or we get this thing, or your evidence is fake. What? It's and it's just, but we're not in it for the likes, the follows, the shares, the money. We're not in it for any of that.
No.
We're in it there to have fun. Yes, of course we do. And to document that evidence that will hopefully one day prove that there is no 100% life after death.
Absolutely. And I think that's what differentiates the people that are for para-unity and against it. I don't like backstabbing in my regular life. I definitely don't want it in my hobby. That's just kind of how I feel of it. So it's awesome that you guys all get along and stuff. I mean, I started with a partner, I guess I'll call it, I don't know, a teammate, but that turned toxic very quickly. So I have separated myself from that, but I'm still happy, and it's, you know what, I'm better off. So sometimes it happens and it's unfortunate, but that's awesome that you guys can collaborate and work together as well as you do. That's really something to be proud of, even still.
We do public events as well, don't we? We do public
public
events.
We do, yes. Yeah. It's but obviously we don't all investigate together. Oh my God, if 26 of us went to a location, I think we'd swamp it out a little bit. Yeah. But we were all up and down the country, and but we, like I said, we do public events, so they always come on board if we need help, and it's we all have the same goals, and I always say that we don't always have to agree. We don't always have, we all have different beliefs. We all have things that we believe in and what we don't believe in, whatever. And but we'll listen to other people's opinions, and take all that on board. And I always say, if any members of our team can show us a different way of, investigating that can make it a lot better, I'm all for it, because there's no experts. Yeah. None of us are experts, and there's no college course to go on or anything like that. So, we all learn from each other, and that's what I always say. You can learn and be better from other people.
Absolutely. 100%. Even the newer ones sometimes have ideas that, that we've been doing this for a little while. You might not think to go back to the basics or vice versa, so I agree with that.
Yeah, they always say back to basics is the best way to do it.
It is. Yeah. They didn't have equipment back in the day, did they? No. They had candles and this, that, and the, and it's just, it's, I often think, we ought to go back to just having candles and just calling out and doing an old-fashioned seance or something like that. But, that's how they used to do it. And I think it's pretty cool.
It is, absolutely.
So you can imagine the spirits, because a lot of people, I see it on a lot of teams, and I try and reword things now. And they used to say, well, if you go to the REM pod in the corner of the room and press the aerial, well, they won't know what a REM pod is. They won't know what an aerial is. And it's so we tend to say, oh, go towards the red light or go towards something else and go near it and it'll make a noise, or so we've had to re-educate ourselves, how to word things, and it's I love it because I love learning. Learning is absolutely brilliant. I love it.
Absolutely. And you're always learning. Anybody that says that they've learned it all is lying.
Yeah, exactly.
It's we're never going to know it all. It's I think we've only basically scratched the surface, haven't we? We've not, I just don't think we're clever enough to know 100%.
No.
But it doesn't stop us from trying.
That is a very fair assessment. Yes, I can agree with that. Do you So I know you said you've seen ghosts and things and you've seen mists. Do you have abilities, either one of you? Like, do you?
Show
I
us.
I do. I mean, I'm actually a witch, and I do have some kind of psychic ability. I don't say to people I have got that ability because it's only like now and again that I have that ability where I'll actually pick stuff up. I'm more the sort of person that hears things rather than sees things. But there has been times in the past where I've had a feeling that I've been watched and I've actually took a picture in the direction of where I think I'm being watched, and I've actually caught a picture of a spirit. So it's been quite good to have that sort of ability, but it's also good to have like the hearing ability
Mm.
for the EVPs and that kind of stuff. We've got loads of clear EVPs, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got so many.
Phenomenal.
That
Yeah.
is awesome.
And it's ones that doesn't need like cleaning up or anything, ones that need enhancing. Ours, you can just hear them straight away, straight off the mobile phone or the recorder.
That's awesome.
So it's good, isn't it?
But we're trying to get you to enhance your gift more, aren't we?
Yeah.
Be more in tune.
Yeah.
Because it's phenomenal the gift that she has. I mean, I don't have any of these gifts that I'm aware of. I do have.
You do pick more
I
things
do
up
pick
now.
up. I do sense when something's entered the room. I do have that kind of sense. I don't know whether I've got that from Michelle. She's rubbed off on me or what. I don't know, but I am more in tune now. And I do pick up on things, don't I?
You do.
My
Yeah,
hearing's
very
very
much
good.
so.
My eyesight's not very good. My hearing is very good. And but it's my whole team have got gifts between them. One of our team, he likes to work with
Oracle.
oracles and dolls that have attachments, things like that. So that's his area of expertise. We've got
Amy, she's a clairvoyant.
she's
She's
clairvoyant.
a witch.
Yeah.
Medium, I suppose.
But
We've got Chantel, she's a witch, and
Yeah.
she senses a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And we've got Jackie, she's a witch as well. So we've got quite a few of different abilities on the team, which makes it a lot better, for us to all work together.
We even have
Absolutely.
skeptics. We have skeptics as well.
Yeah.
So
Those are
it's
so necessary, though.
it is absolutely.
Skeptics are necessary.
It adds that. Well, you need that balance, don't you? Because if we all believed, it'd be boring. You need them non-believers, fence sitters, the believers, and I think that makes our team so dynamic.
Mm.
And it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, we work together well.
We do. We choose our team well.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
So I'm gonna, if you don't mind, what kind of witch are you?
A white witch.
Okay. I had a feeling. So do you use like crystals or anything?
I'm trying to get into all that because I've not actually been in touch, so to speak, with my witch side, because it was only back in 2020 that I actually learnt that I was actually a witch. So I've not really sort of tapped into it properly. And this is where Amy, she's going to actually help me get into all that.
I suggest a book.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's not going to show it.
No.
Oh,
there we go. I'll put it in front of me. Oh crap.
No.
Wikipedia. Oh, I'll have to have a
Wikipedia.
look at that.
Oh wow.
Well, I'll have to have a look at that one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'll
definitely.
also, if you want to enhance your abilities, blue kyanite is also a good stone to keep like skin to skin.
Yep.
Maybe TMI. I put it right like in my shirt or my bra area, and then I forget about it. But it helps.
Wow.
I
was going to say, I'll have to look into that one, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, because I definitely want to enhance my gift and, obviously use it the right way. Which, I mean, I was working with Amy when I was at the salutation, and now Amy said to me, you're actually more gifted than you take, responsibility for, because you are really, really gifted. So, yeah, it was nice to hear. It is. It's good to hear.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely are a little more advanced than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah.
Been saying this for a while now.
Yeah, you keep telling me all the time, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, then that's what it's going to come down to, is just believing in yourself, and there's little exercises that you can do and stuff to enhance your abilities too. I I do it on Facebook. I follow a whole bunch of psychic medium things, and they have like something in their hand and they say, what color am I holding? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm getting about 50-50 accuracy, but it's taken some time. But
Yeah.
there's little things that you can do to kind of enhance that. Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
overstep
no,
it
no,
all.
no, by all means.
Do you see spirits as well then? Do you actually see them?
Yes.
You do, yeah.
Yep.
Because I said to Amy, at the moment, I'm at the stage where I can see spirits only in like light form. That's only how I can see them at the minute. She said it might be because my third eye is slightly blocked. She said, and I'm not completely open to actually seeing them. So I see them as in like a light form, as in like a light anomaly. That's how I see them at the minute. Yeah,
Yes, that'll definitely develop the more if you meditate, that's also another good way to open your third eye. That's
yeah,
something I have to work on.
yeah.
You can stare into the flame of a candle.
Hmm.
I would suggest either silver or purple. Silver
Right,
is
okay.
supposed to enhance psychic ability. And purple is the color of a psychic aura anyway.
Yeah.
So either one
Wow.
will help.
I was gonna say, I know purple because there was one time I actually saw like a purple light that was stood next to me, and it was actually in the shape of a human, and it was like a purple light.
Like a haze.
And yeah, it was
Yeah.
like a haze, and it was really good because I've caught it on video as well that you was in front of me, wasn't you?
Yes.
And we first thought maybe it was like lens flare, but then Mark turns his light away from me, and the light's still there, and it was still in front of me. And we're not sure if you walked through it,
Or
behind
behind
it,
it.
in front of it.
Then it
We're
just
not
disappeared,
sure.
didn't it?
Yeah, but you definitely did one of the three, didn't you? You
Yeah.
either walked behind it, in front of it, through it.
It
We're
just
not sure.
disappeared.
Yeah, and it was there just
Really
for a
cool.
few minutes after you come to have a look in the camera, but then it went, didn't it?
It went. Yeah.
Yeah, just disappeared as quick as it appeared. It just disappeared.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it was really. It's on one of our videos. I think you are actually following our TikTok, and it's actually on there. You can see it as clear as anything, can't
Oh,
you?
you can,
It's
yeah,
good. It's
yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's lovely
I'll
colours. I
definitely
love
look into it.
purple.
yeah,
Purple is a lovely colour.
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, and the deeper it is, the more psychic abilities that you're able to develop into. So
Yes. Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. Well, you do now.
I do now. Yeah. I've learned something new today. Yay!
you love to learn, so I guess I'm just trying to help you
Absolutely.
out a little bit.
I'll forget by tomorrow, like, but it's
Have a thought in the next half an hour, you'll probably forget.
yeah, probably.
It's recorded. It's fine. You can just listen
Yeah.
back.
Look back and think, oh yeah, I did say that.
That's really cool. I don't know if I have any other tricks. I mean, selenite is really good for cleansing. You can try maybe putting that on like your different chakra points, and maybe that'll help remove some blockages that you might have. There's a couple other stones too and crystals that you can use, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. But I
It'd be
I don't get to
fantastic
talk
to
witchy
see.
very often.
I was going to
That's
say
cool.
we don't tend to get witchy that often. I was going to say we do when we're talking to Amy and that, though, don't we?
Yeah, we dust the broomstick
Yeah.
off and this, that, and the other, and it's
Hey, I've got a broom hanging in my kitchen.
oh, that's even cool. We need a broom when we do so we're developing a podcast room. Obviously this is obviously just our bedroom, but we are trying to we've got a background coming, haven't we? And
Yeah.
we're trying to we need a witch's broom hanging from the ceiling. That'd be cool.
There you go.
That's what we need. You have to work on that one.
I will.
Yeah,
You've got your pointy hat. You've got your little pointy hat. So it's bless. She'll
That's
smack me in a minute.
necessary. I'm just kidding.
Got my witch's dress as well. Don't forget that.
Oh, you've got witch's dress as
Yeah.
well, yeah, so that's okay.
So
Which
yeah,
is wear black because it absorbs energy.
Does it? Oh, yeah.
Yours is black and purple.
Yeah, I think it's black and purple. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think.
purple. Yep.
Yeah,
And
black
green.
and purple.
Hence the green and purple of my
I
logo
was gonna
there.
say, I like your logo though. Your logo is ace. It's amazing.
I love skulls. Anything
Mm.
macabre like that, I love it. It's
Same here.
and this is why I'm trying to learn more into like demonology and things like that. Not to practice it. I definitely don't want to practice it. It scares the living bejeebus out of me. But I want to learn more because this year we've dealt with 2 attachments.
Well, 2 possessions.
Or possessions. You know, I like to use the word attachment. I don't like the word possession.
Yeah.
And one was on my son. You know, he got an attachment, a negative energy attached to him.
Tell me what happened.
And that the last time I was that scared, I was in the military. That's the last time I was scared, and that was 20 odd years ago. You know, and you know, it's people believe or they don't believe about possessions or this, that, and the other, but you know, we know for a fact they're very real.
Well, we found that out, didn't
you know, and what we'd done was doing a public event, and it's an old Victorian street in Keighley in the UK, and they found this. They got the new shopping mall above it, and they had to do some renovations to the floor, and the floor actually fell through, and they found this Victorian street underneath with the shop signs, even had a brothel, it had everything down there. And he does it. He like eyes it out for public investigations, doesn't he? And we'd done a paid event there, got loads of activity. So we asked him. I said, "Look, can we come back? My team come back with the public, so to speak, and can we investigate?" Absolutely fine, not a problem. So we did all that. We paid for it, and it got down to the night, and we did the prayer before we start our investigation, the protection prayers, things like that. Went to the first vigil, and I like to start off with a human pendulum. It gets the customers all reacting together, you know, and they love it. But for the first time, we actually had nothing, no interactions, no nothing. But I think we had a cat ball go off. That was it.
Yeah, I think we had the REM pod sound once. Yeah, as well.
So I thought, oh, that's strange. So I said to Michelle, "So, what do we do next?" you know. So it says, we'll go to the next vigil, which was going to be the brothel. And I thought, you know, you can't get away with saying I'm going to get activity at the brothel, but you know, it's you get in the paranormal. And my son came up to us and says, "Dad, I don't feel very well. I feel nauseous, feel sick." I thought maybe because we're underground, and he just split up with his girlfriend, so he was a little bit down. This is why we took him with us, and just to try and cheer him up. I'm not going to take him again. And so we said, right, we'll go up the stairs, go outside, get some fresh air. And when we've done the next visual, we'll go for a break. I'll come and collect you. No problem. I forgot all about it. I forgot all about my son. Bless him. And one of the team came up to me and says, "Can I borrow you for a minute?" I thought, "Oh God, what have I done wrong now?" So I left Michelle with the customers, and she said to me, "Eric's unresponsive. He won't respond to me." And I thought, as a parent, I don't want to hear that.
No.
I thought, what, has he took something? Is he unconscious? So obviously I shot up the stairs at 100 miles an hour, as you would do. And he was half crouched again, and he was back against the wall. He was rocking backwards and forwards. He was hissing and growling, and he was foaming at the mouth. So I thought, okay, maybe he still took something, even though I didn't think he would do, because he's not that kind of sort to do that. And so I was shaking him a little bit. I said, "Eric, come to my voice, son. Hear my voice and come to me." And the more I spoke to him, the more he growled at me. My son has never been confrontational like that, never. And so obviously I was slapping his face gently. Says, "Eric, come to my voice. Hear my voice, son, and come to me. Hear my voice." And it wasn't having any effect. So I thought, okay. So I thought, I'll take him down to the break room anyway. And it should have took me about 2 minutes to get to the break room. It took me 25 minutes of fighting him. My son is about 8 stone wet through, about 5 foot tall at the very most. He's very skinny. I can pick him up with one hand. I should be able to carry him down the tunnel. But I was sweating. That's how much I had to really physically wrestle with him, so to speak. And so I plonked him in the chair, and it was a plonk because he wouldn't go willingly.
No.
And we called Andy down, the owner, because he's a fully trained paramedic. So I thought, I'll get him down anyway, even though I've checked all of that. He said, no, his heart rate's elevated, he's perspiring a bit, but other than that, he's absolutely fine, which is understandable. So obviously, I said to Michelle, I said, this is no overdose or anything like this. This is something a bit more sinister. So obviously, I left it in Michelle's hands. The customers at the table tutting and sighing and moaning that they were bored. So I said to them, I said, well, take some equipment, take some of my staff with you, and go do an investigation. That's what you paid for. I can't leave Eric or anybody there in this state. I wouldn't do that. That's unprofessional. And but they wouldn't go. So I thought, okay, so I left it in Michelle's hand, obviously with Michelle being a white witch and everything like that. So I left her to do what she was doing, and she was doing it for a few minutes. On the next minute, it projectile vomited, and it was the brightest yellow I've ever seen. I've never seen it that yellow. It hit the floor, and it was sizzling on the floor. It wasn't melting the floor as such, but that's the sound it was giving off.
And it was frothing as well.
It's frothing, and it smelled of sulfur.
Ew.
And that scared me to death. I'd never witnessed that before, and I'd always hoped I'd never witness it again. And that's why I said after that to Michelle, I says, I need to learn more about the darker side to what we deal with, so I can hopefully try and deal with that, and stop it from happening again if I can, because it was scary.
Was he fine after that? Oops, sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, he slept for the rest of the night. Because we really just started the investigations. We had only more than 5-6 hours to go, and it was nice because Andy, the owner, he doesn't like going down there at night. He hates the place. He lets you in, sets it all off, and then he goes back up to his flat. And he actually come out and says, "I'll stay with your son while you continue your investigation." And obviously, that I'll now, I'll love him forever for that. So that was fantastic. And but it took till we got about 10-15 minutes from home when that's the first time he actually spoke. So it was about six hours or so after after all that was the first time he actually spoke. He doesn't remember. He has time lapses, which again I know is pretty common. And I don't want him to remember. He doesn't need to remember, because I remember it as if it was yesterday. And
wow.
But he's been fine since. It's we've checked in on him every so often because he doesn't live with us. And he's fine, isn't he? As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's fine.
So it's.
Then we dealt with another one after that.
So that was a
that
private
time,
house,
we?
weren't it? That one was, but yeah.
I'm happy to hear he's okay. I mean, holy cow.
It was scary though, wasn't it? It really was.
We got a lot of backlash from that because obviously I didn't record it, as I won't do, because that's just wrong. I wouldn't do that to anybody. And someone said to you, "Oh, did you film it?" I goes, "No, why would I do something like that?" "Oh, it'd make good research." I goes, "No." I said, that yes, it would make good research. Of course it would. Yes. I would never film anybody in that kind of state, so to speak. I wouldn't do that. It's not the right thing to do as far as I'm concerned. And my main priority was to get this, whatever it was, out of my son. Not film it for likes and follows and whatever reviews. And it's just, that just shows the way people react to things like that. We had laughing emojis.
Oh, we had all sorts.
We wrote about it, not in detail, obviously, but we did brief highlights. And there were laughing emojis. It was just disrespectful. It was disgusting.
It was.
And it's just, yeah.
Sorry you had to deal with all of that, though. I mean, everything from the start to the finish.
It was surreal, wasn't it, having to deal with it?
Forgive me what I say, but obviously, with our name being what it is, it just shows you the dark side to what we actually have to deal with sometimes. Thankfully, not on a daily basis, thank God. But we do have to come across these entities that are not very nice. And it's, like I said, it's pushed me on to learn more.
It has.
I need to learn more to better myself, to be prepared for it if it happens again.
We can never be prepared for it, but
no, I don't think you can. Nobody else was affected by it.
No,
at all.
Not that we're aware of. Not that we're aware of. No.
No, I was going to say there was only really you with the scar that we left on, didn't it? But the other people, they was all okay.
Oh. I wonder if he was more susceptible because of the heartbreak.
Yes.
Possibly. And he was the youngest as well there, wasn't he?
And they like to pick on the weak or the weaker people, as we know. They're cowards as far as as I'm concerned, and that's what they do. And but he does ask me about the events now and again, but he doesn't need to know.
No.
I tell him little bits, but he doesn't need to know the full out because I don't want it to traumatize him.
That's noble. Yeah, absolutely.
I won't lie to him, but the things I'll leave out,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Know,
that's a parent protecting their child. I get that.
it's I'm the only one that needs to be traumatized by it. And as long as no one else is traumatized, I'm not bothered. I can take that trauma if I have to as a parent. As you do as a parent, and
Yeah.
I won't say it won't happen again, but I hope to God that it doesn't.
Let's hope it doesn't happen again.
But
Do
we
you
have a
mind
cleansing
sharing?
kit. We have a cleansing kit now as well. So it's if anything happens like that, we've got a few bits in a little box. We've got some
got white sage.
White sage. We've got some
dragon's blood.
Palo
Good one.
Santo and smudge sticks and things like. We've got all that. We've got a cross in there as well. We have got some holy water in there if need be. So we're prepared as we can be if something happened like that again. But let's hope we don't have to use it.
Yeah.
I hope not. That sounds horrible.
No, it's
Do you mind sharing the second instance? You said there was two.
Yeah, I'll let you
God.
about
Oh
Natalie.
God, it's leave it for me to do, don't you?
Yeah.
And what it is, it's Natalie she's actually one of our team
She
members.
is now, yeah.
She wasn't slightly back then. It was her mother-in-law, so obviously her boyfriend's
Mum.
and obviously, duh. And she said she reached out to us, didn't she? Because obviously she's part of the team, and she says,
is.
"You said you do house investigations." Yeah, we do. We always. I've got someone that needs some help. She's been traumatized with this for many years. She's different person to what she was a couple of years back. She's more withdrawn. She's angry. She's very aggressive. And she said it's not like her whatsoever. She's a very timid person. And we believe that something's in the house or something's affecting the family in such a way the kids won't go to sleep. They're only little toddlers, aren't they, as such?
Yeah, I think the oldest one's about 9,
Yeah.
7 or 9.
I think it's 9, 7, and 5. I think that's how I worked it out.
Yeah.
And would you go and take a look? I said, well, we can go and take a look. That's not a problem. It's but I said if it's anything bad, we know of someone that's an ordained exorcist, so to speak. And so as if he needs be, we can bring him along. And so we went to the house, and it was I noticed it myself. As soon as we went through that front door, it was like going through two different zones. It was okay outside, but as soon as you went inside, it felt
different.
quite dark. Felt really dark. I can't explain how it made me feel, but I was quite hesitant to go in. And the first thing I did, obviously, you got the stairs right in front of the door, was look at the top of the stairs, and I thought there's someone stood at the top of them stairs. There's someone at the top of them stairs, and he knows we're here. But anyway, we did all the necessary bits out of the way. We asked about mental health and this, that, and the other. And have you dabbled in anything? Have you done a Ouija board or anything like this? Anything like that? He said, please be honest with us. I'm not here to judge you or in any way, shape, or form. I'm here to help. But if you've done something like this, we need to know, so then we know how to deal with something. She goes, no, I've not dealt with anything like that before. Okay, fair enough. So we went through all that. Took about an hour or two, didn't it, to go through all these questions, as you have to do this. And they said, okay, well, what we'll do a mini investigation of the house. We'll see if the house has anything to say, see what we can pick up. And it's anyway, we went upstairs, wasn't it? And we took the SLS up with us. And I was studying her bedroom, weren't we?
We were.
And doing a little calling out this, that, and the other to any spirits that were there that want to communicate. And all of a sudden on the SLS, as I pointed towards the stairs, this massive figure comes straight at the camera. And I mean, it was massive, weren't it?
It was.
Nearly floor to ceiling.
Yeah,
it took the whole tablet, took the whole screen of the tablet up. I nearly dropped the camera because I thought, oh my God, what the hell's that? That shocked me. But it was like reaching out. He wouldn't come in the bedroom for some reason.
It was lunging forward.
Lunging forward, like really aggressively. And it's so we're doing the investigation, and Michelle's said, I don't feel very good. I feel really uneasy. Something was affecting Michelle. And obviously, and so we finished off the investigation. We got a few things on because we use the only app we use is like Necrophonics.
Yeah.
I do like
Okay.
Necrophonics as an
Spirit
app
Talker.
or Spirit Talker. I don't believe in apps themselves, but this is the only one I can tend to read and think, yeah, okay, this isn't as made up as what people think it is. And we got we had Bella come through, didn't we?
Yeah, and there was Beth.
And Beth. And then we thought these names are not relevant, or we didn't think they were relevant at the time. And so we said to Natalie, I said, right, well, so what we'll do, we'll come back in a couple of days and we'll cleanse the house for you. You know, see if we can get rid of this, whatever this presence is. We'll cleanse, you know, we'll bring the exorcist with the ordained exorcist with us, and well, we thought he was.
Yeah.
And we'll cleanse the house for you, not a problem. And we've got a caravan not far from where they live in Skegness. And so we stayed at the caravan, was going to go home and then come back, weren't we?
Yeah.
But it was that night. It's the same night, weren't it?
It was when we was on the way,
home.
I'd had a name that was really niggling at me. And I thought it must mean something. It must have some relevance because I kept getting given that name. And it was Beleth. And basically, I looked it up, didn't
Googled
I?
it.
Yeah, I Googled
Good old
it.
Google, bless it.
And it turned out it was actually a demon's name. And we was like, holy shit.
It was basically it's a couple of levels below the actual. Oh, I don't tend to believe in Satan or one god. I tend to believe in many things, but he was supposed to be under him. This Beleth, he commands how many legions?
87.
87 legions, and there's a few thousand.
9,000.
9,000 each legion. So he commands quite a lot of bad entities. If this is, you know, to be believed, and obviously I've got no reason not to believe it. And I was always what I've self-taught and caught along the way was you get that entity's name, that's half the battle. Because it's very rare you'll get it. Okay, so yeah, well, this was where my bad, you know, and I'll never do it again. And so I got home, I said to Michelle, I said, I'm not going to put it on social media, I won't do anything like that. But for some reason, something was in my head.
You did.
To put it in group chat. We've got the name, Beleth, and I would not normally do this because I wouldn't put a family in danger. But then the next minute, when Natalie saw this name, she, like a partner told us, she went ballistic. Absolutely, she went for him. She tried to attack him. This, that, and the other, and she was growling, and she was like, ha, 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 ha. Really, and she said it's not like her. Her face changed, and then I thought, oh,
because he was on about leaving the house, wasn't he? But
he was scared.
He said he couldn't because of the kids.
The kids was terrified of her. She was just getting really nasty, and she's on a whole, and now she's one of the most loving people I've known. You know, she loves her children to death. And I thought, oh God, so I thought, what have I done here? Like, you know, I've done something wrong. And what we've realized now is this entity has told us that name on purpose. So I learned that from this, you say his name, it gives him more power. So totally the opposite. So obviously, my bad. That's an error of judgment I will never make again. You know, because I honestly thought I was doing good, but evidently it tricked us.
Yep.
And we learned that he's a taker of souls, from what we've learned of this Beleth. And he was there try and take, because she had a miscarriage, bless her, God rest her soul. And he was there to take the soul of a dead child, because obviously she's there in spirit form, or she was.
She hid under the stairs.
She's under the stairs away from him.
But
also the soul, I think he was also there to take the souls of her living children. You know, I don't know. I could be wrong. You know, and
because we've got this friend and she can do astral projecting, so we got her to actually go into the house and go see what was going on. And she said, "Yeah." She said, "You're exactly right. It is that demon." And she said, "There is the little girl spirit under the stairs." And she says, basically, the little girl hides away from him, but he can't get to her. Apparently, there was some sort of like
barrier or something
barrier that was stopping him.
Don't know how or why, but she took the child spirit away, out the zone. And so I said to Michelle, I said, well, we can't go home. We said we can't leave this family to
No.
this torment. So obviously we spoke to the
Alan.
gentleman, Alan, who he's not part of our team, but we used to investigate together. And I said, look, this family needs our help. We need to cleanse this house. We need to get rid of this dark entity that's in the house. It needs to be gone. I mean, I'm one that thinks we don't have a right to move a spirit on. I think they have, but these kind of spirits that can cause harm, I think they need to be moved on. They need to go to the light or something, whatever.
Mm.
And he said, "Yeah, I'll be down in a couple of days." So well, we'll stay at the caravan. We won't go home, and just in case we're needed at the house.
Yeah, we was nearby, weren't we?
It was only about half an hour away, and it come to the day or the night before was due to go when Alan had turned up at the caravan.
Yeah,
she knew that, or the spirit knew we were coming, and basically she said to us, "I don't need you at my house anymore. You can all go away now. I'm perfectly fine." I thought,
yeah, she
that's
was
not you telling her, because she told us before we left that night, whatever I say, I want you to come to my house and I need it gone. But obviously she was going back on that at this point, and I was always toying with it. I thought, no, we're going, because she wanted us to go. But she said, no, you can stay at home now. I don't want them in my house, meaning us. We don't want them. And I thought, well, this is not her.
No.
And she was, I think it was at one point she said she was hanging out the window at one point.
Yeah, she was. She said she was just like looking out of the window, and she said she was just like staring, and she said, I think, she said about an hour and a half or 2 hours went by. Yeah, and she said it was just, she was just staring, and stuff. And was it I got a vision of somebody jumping out a window?
Yes.
Or something like that.
But at that point we didn't know it was ironic, because we didn't know about this until after we'd done the cleansing. And so I said to a partner, I says, look, I know you're scared, just keep an eye on her. And it was because also as well on the initial investigation that we did, we got her to hold a cross,
and she couldn't hold it.
She threw it at her partner, and she threw it with force. She really, if it could have stuck in him, it would have done. That's how forceful she threw it. It's and so we showed her the case. We showed her so I held up the holy water. Says, do you know what this is? And she growled at that. She didn't like the holy water. And I says, anyway, back to the day of the cleansing. So we brought Alan along. He put whatever he puts on his robe, whatever he puts on. I don't know what they're called. And obviously he was doing the outside with holy water.
He was burying a Saint Benedict.
Saint Benedict outside. Do you have some anointment oil or something? Whatever he was. I don't know. Yeah, this was supposed to be his area of expertise. And she goes, I know what he's doing. And he hadn't even come in the house yet. I know exactly what he's doing. It won't work. And she was that really sinister laugh. Kind of laugh. It's not going to work. And I thought, okay, well, someone's getting a bit angry here. And the minute he came in the house, her eyes locked onto his, and she stirred daggers at him. And when he was stood next to her, she said, "I'm making you scared, aren't I? You're scared of me." And he goes, "No." And he was trembling because he's scaring me. No, you're not. Yes, I am. I'm definitely scaring you. You won't have any power over me. And so obviously he was doing what he was doing with the Lord's Prayer, and
had no effect though, did it?
She said, he told us afterwards, he's had no effect on her. It was the fact that when she turned and looked at Michelle, that's when she said he felt fear. He didn't like the witch.
I looked straight through her though, didn't I? And I saw him.
Yeah. And it was weird because there was obviously her mother-in-law there. Obviously, her partner wasn't there, was he?
No.
So
he was at work.
Yeah, and obviously I was stood next to the mother-in-law. Michelle was stood.
I was sat on the settee.
So you sat on the settee, and obviously Alan was stood next to her. And as God is my witness, I will not lie. I literally saw this shadow behind her. Now, this shadow stood from floor to ceiling. I have never seen anything like it in my life. I nearly crapped myself because he had it was awful. It had these real sharp teeth. This is what I visioned. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know, but this is what I saw. And he had the horns on the head, not devilish horns, but they were like chopped. Is it like Hellboy, the first on
Yeah.
Hellboy film?
Yeah.
And and you could see it. It was grabbing Natalie from behind. The more Alan was trying to expel it, it was. I don't know if it was trying to take her. Don't know. I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
What he did had no effect though, did it? It was when I commanded it to go.
And you took the 3 commands for it to go. Eventually, it went through the window.
Yeah. It just like backed outwards, and she actually said to me, she said what he was doing, she said, had no effect. She said it was what you did that had the effect and made it go.
And it's just
so it was really
you
good.
commanded your power.
Yeah,
it was an
Yeah.
eye-opener.
it was, wasn't it?
I don't know whether I was seeing what was literally there or I was just, it was pareidolia or not. I don't know, but that's what I saw. And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with that. It's I'd rather deal with Casper or Slimer or somebody like that. That's fine, but not this thing. It was scary. It was scary, and it's. And I say to people, obviously I don't tell people in detail of what happened. Believe it, not believe it. That's your choice. All I know is what I witnessed and what I saw, and as God is my witness, that is the truth, and I will state my name to it.
Yep.
And it's just, yeah.
That is
But
wow.
the house is a lot. The house is a lot lighter now, or it feels lighter. And she's 100% better than what she was at that point.
And she's also give us. She was beginning to think as well that there was this doll that she was given when she was younger, and she said that all her problems started when this doll was given to her. When she inherited this doll. So she actually brought it downstairs, and she asked us to take it away, didn't she? So we've actually got the doll here now, and we've actually had it anointed and things like that. So obviously there's no more bad energy coming off it. But she says no. She said I don't want it in my house. So it's now here, isn't it?
It's along with all the vessels that we
Yeah.
have here. Yes.
Yeah.
So we've tried working with the vessel. We've actually got nothing from it. Nothing at all.
I think it's because it's been anointed though, isn't it?
Possibly.
As well, yeah. Possible.
Or there wasn't anything attached to the doll at all. And but she's safe. The house is fine. The kids are sleeping properly at night time now. They don't have nightmares. It was weird because Blake had took the kids out, hadn't he, when we'd done the investigation?
Yeah, the kids wasn't there.
Obviously, because I said we don't want children there.
It was at school, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was at school. Sorry, that was it. They picked him up from school,
school.
And it's funny because her son actually came up to me, and he doesn't normally like come up to men, and he says, "Are you here to get rid of the bad man?"
No, he said the monsters.
Oh, the monster.
Yeah.
That was it. Are you here to get rid of the monster? He didn't know who we were, what we was doing. He didn't know us from Adam. And it was weird that he actually come up to us and asked us that. Which
are you here to get rid of the monsters in the loft? That's what he said.
You both have that energy to you.
Yeah.
You have like a protective, like, I don't know how to explain it. You just have
we like to keep people safe, don't we? If we can,
we're blessed.
It's, I know. Amy, like I say, Amy, like when I've seen her the last couple of times, she's been saying to me, again, you're more gifted than you take, responsibility for. She says you really have got a strong gift. So, yeah, yeah. I think Mark's got one as well, though. Now
I've got a guardian angel.
A little bit of blue around you, not just purple, but you've got blue around you.
It's we've all got a guardian angel, haven't we, or a spirit guide or something. I'm a believer of that, and I think, and this is just my best guess, that our gut instinct is something to do with that. I think it's maybe your spirit guide saying, "Well, no, don't do that. That's not." Could be wrong. I'm not experienced like everybody else. But that's how I perceive it, that your gut instinct is your spirit guide telling you yes or no. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a good, yeah, I can see that. I feel like spirit guides are there to pull you out of the things that you don't listen to your intuition for.
Yes, definitely.
That block when you're being silly and you know better than your gut and then you don't, your spirit guides are there to say, hey, silly goose, like that's enough.
Yeah, you've got to get this
Oh,
right.
I get that quite a lot because I'm always in trouble. But
Always.
it's usually something I've said
Yeah.
that tends to get me into trouble. But it's, I just hope all these spirits don't come for me one day.
I'm sure they won't.
Because I've peed them off or something. It's just.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they won't.
I'm from I like to help people.
Yeah.
My gift is to help people. It's I hadn't had much help in life until I met Michelle. I've come from a troubled background, and I think I want to give something back and help people now. And if that's doing house cleansing or whatever I need to do to stop people from being scared, then that's my whatever it is in life now.
You just said it. You've also got a green and yellow aura, just so you know.
Who's that, me?
Mark,
Was it Mark?
you're blue. You've got blue coming off of you, like a light blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
What colours you got? Colours Mark got?
Yellow and and green.
Yellow and green. You've got yellow and green.
Green. My whole life's been surrounded by
The
green.
yellow's first, and then it goes into like a green color. And yours is just light blue. And I know you've got like that reflection on like from whatever's on the side of you, but that's not what it is.
No, that's just like a little mood lamp.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my mood lamp thing.
So
Yeah.
Okay. But I just figured I'd share. But you said the key word there that you want to help people, and that's how that little boy knew, because that radiates from you.
Yeah, see?
Like you have that.
Yeah.
Like, were you were you a medic or any
Me?
sort of or anything?
I have got a lot of like paramedic kind of training because I'm trained in the army. I've got battlefield first aid, but I was light infantry, so I was a soldier. So it's but I have got a lot of medical background from the army. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I picked that up.
Yeah, you've got
Plus also a lot of baggage as well from the army, but hey, I don't go into that,
No.
but it's
No. Bless you.
but no, my gift is to help people. And because I follow the Warrens quite well, Ed and Lorraine Warren, and I feel what they did. I'm not as experienced as them. No, of course I'm not, and I will never profess to be. But I want to help people like they wanted to do, and
I was going to say, I must say, I am actually part of the Warren Legacy Foundation. I am actually part of that.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite a hard thing to get into. And I applied to actually join the foundation after obviously what had happened this year. And yeah, I got accepted. So I was really blessed to get accepted into it. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, you
so
guys.
much.
we're very good friends with Chris McKinnell, obviously, who's their grandson, and obviously the part of the Warren Foundation, and he's a lovely bloke, absolutely great, smashing to talk to, and and I think I can learn a lot from him.
He's very knowledgeable.
Oh, extremely. So it's
he's very knowledgeable.
Your blood has got to just flow through you. I think it's ingrained in us somehow. So and maybe it is hereditary. Who knows?
As we said, we're going to get you to join, didn't we? As well,
I've got nothing to benefit the foundation, though.
Yeah,
I don't have the skills or
no, I know
the gifts, so to speak. So it's
you do.
Yeah, it'd be worth applying and see.
I never believe in myself. I'm terrible for it.
We need to get you applied.
I think you should do it, and I think that the want to help people is more than compensating for whatever gifts that you think that you don't have.
Exactly.
It did make me beam. I've not beamed like that since first meeting Michelle or the birth of my children. I've not beamed like that before. Then since I helped Natalie through that, I felt like I've really achieved something here. Even though I wasn't physically involved in that, that was Michelle and Alan that did all of that. But it felt so good to actually help someone that was in turmoil. It's a good feeling to have. It's a good aura to have.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I originally got into this actually, believe it or not. So I think you should. I think you need to stop doubting yourself so much because you
You're
just
telling me
have
that's
that.
good.
You both have that radiating energy of just a warm hug is the best way that I can describe it. Like you guys
Yeah.
just you have that feeling about
Thank
you.
you.
Like that caring, compassionate. That's what this field needs more of. So
See, I mean, you're not that same person that you were years ago. I keep telling him he's not the same person as when I first met him because he had a lot of troubles back then, didn't you?
About 4 years ago. I mean,
Mm.
20, no, well, less than 20 years ago, I was a full-blown alcoholic. You know, from when I left the military, I took to alcohol and to get rid of all my troubles because I was left with severe PTSD, and I've recovered from that. You know, it's been off the wagon. Oh, I don't know how many years, 18, 19 years now. I've not been an alcoholic anymore. But I used to like self-harm, take overdoses. I was really messed up. You know, I'm still messed up, but I've got Michelle to help me through it. I don't do any of that anymore. You know, and this 4 years has been the best 4 years of my entire life. You know, and I owe that a lot to that Michelle, to Michelle. She's believed in me,
Mm.
whereas I've never had belief in me before. You know, and I have her to thank. And the paranormal, because that's what got us together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
It was.
you
Yeah,
know, and
well,
then I
that's
meet
really
all
beautiful.
and then I meet all you lovely people in the paranormal field, which is absolutely wonderful. You know, it's and you guys across the pond, there's obviously you, then there's another people who we speak to across the water as well. And I think it's fascinating. You know, we don't have to be in the same country,
No.
and it's just one day I'll come to America. I
Yeah.
will come to America.
Keep saying we will one day, don't we?
And I keep saying I'll get on your guys' turf one of these years. I
Because
would love to visit the UK.
we've got so much in the UK, haven't we?
It's
So much
typical, isn't it?
history.
Well, didn't the UK want to go to America, and then you Americans want to come to the UK? Obviously, we have got. We're older than you guys, obviously, as an island. You know, obviously, we are rich in history, but you guys have got all the cool places. You know,
See, no, I
Waverley.
can say the opposite.
you've got Waverley Hills, you've got Alcatraz. You know, all the places that I want to do, and the Conjuring House, and well, that's up in smoke at the minute. But it's and all the other cool places, or if you can call them cool. But
There are some pretty neat places, but I feel like the older the places, the more like just I feel like it's better that way. I don't know how to put that into words, but I feel like the old age of the area that you're in really contributes to the paranormal activity. I don't know
it
why
does. The
yet. I'm
age
figuring
does
that out.
help.
Yeah.
And so we know the theory. If walls could talk, well, they do talk,
They
obviously.
do.
And that's how a lot of the energy or the spiritual energy gets trapped in the walls, and we all do the same tape theory and all that kind of thing. So it does make a difference. But I just want to go to Alcatraz.
Yeah, you want to do Alcatraz, though.
That's my most go-to place I'd love to go to.
One of my bucket list items as well. So if I ever head over there, I'll let you know well in advance if you'd like to join.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll get
We'd
a
be
private
wicked.
helicopter and I'll come over.
All
Keep
right.
saying you're going to start a GoFundMe page, don't you, for a
Absolutely, for a helicopter, yes.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And
And so are
your
you.
healing, Mark, you will be much stronger than you'll give yourself credit for. And you, Michelle, once you stop second guessing yourself, I feel like you're gonna flourish too. So
Thank you. Thank you very much. Absolutely.
and I have the same problem. I need to stop second guessing myself too, but
Yeah, I think we all have that problem, don't we? We do second guess ourselves and we don't give ourselves as much credit as we should, and that we really don't. And we should, and especially you.
I'm just a soldier, but it's
you don't give yourself enough credit for how much you've
You
healed
don't.
from. It takes a really strong
don't.
person to get over that stuff. And I'm not just saying that, trust me. It,
I mean, obviously, yeah, I do agree with that, but obviously, that's something like that. I don't think you can ever get over.
no, no.
It's it's that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life. But I do have the ability more now to lock it away. It's about 5-6 years ago that would have probably drove me to suicide. But now I know with Michelle as my rock, and she is my rock, I can compartmentalize it now and leave it there without festering on it and crack
That's
on with the next
amazing.
case, so to speak.
Mm, yeah.
If I can give something back, then that's makes it worthwhile for me.
That is awesome. Well, you guys are definitely a power couple. That's awesome.
We tend to
You
be, don't we?
guys
You
are.
No, we both
No,
are.
I tag along.
you mesh very well. I can already tell. Like you guys,
We're
you're
so
it. That's
alike.
awesome.
We are alike.
We bounce off each other, don't we?
My sarcasm does.
Yeah,
Huh?
yes,
But,
definitely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
Well, you
I
two
get
have
all
been
shy now.
absolutely. Oh,
I don't do well with compliments. I get all shy. I'm
oh.
not used to them. I'm not used to them. So it's I had criticism growing up, not compliments, you see, so that's what I'm used to. So it's the hey ho.
Yeah, well, you need to
Well,
believe in yourself. That's all.
yes, and it's coming from a complete stranger, more or less. So it's coming from my heart too.
Thank you.
I wouldn't just say things just out of nowhere.
Thank you.
I'm gonna say you're like
You're
that,
welcome.
you right. Everything you say, you mean. So
Yeah, that gets me into trouble.
most times,
It does.
yeah,
I'm
most
not for the
times.
faint-hearted, am I?
No,
I speak my mind.
yeah, you definitely do. Bless you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. You guys have been absolutely fabulous to talk to. And if you ever want to come on
Thank you.
again, I would be more than happy to have you guys come back and we'll get a little bit
Definitely.
more.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll get.
absolutely. We'd love to.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you just let us know a date and then we can get it arranged again. That's fine. Yeah,
That would
absolutely.
be fantastic because we
Yeah.
talked a lot of paranormal. That's awesome. But I would like to hear about some more like locations and things that you guys have gotten too. So maybe that can
Yes.
be our next episode
Oh, yes,
if you're
please.
Yeah, I was
willing.
gonna say we've got a few stories to tell, like Rossby Asylum, aren't we?
The
And
asylum, yes.
yeah, just places like that. We've got an asylum here in like our area that it's absolutely wicked there, isn't it?
It's abandoned
It's
as well.
abandoned, and it's fantastic, isn't it?
It's got a lot of history.
Yeah,
Very dark history.
it has. So yeah,
Most asylums do, I feel like, but
Yes.
they
oh
do.
my
I mean,
God.
you got an attachment from there once, didn't you,
Yes.
Jessica? Little girl.
For another time.
Yeah.
So it's we have many stories. And even though we've only been doing it a short period of time, we do have a lot of stories. And it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of attachments I've had over the last few years has just been absolutely shocking. Then obviously I've got my own attachments. Being told I've got a little boy that stays with me as well. He's from the 11th century, isn't he?
Yes.
It's called Herbert, and he's 9-year-old, bless him. So
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah,
But yes, we do have a lot of stories, don't we, to tell?
we do. We've been to many places, haven't we? And that, with dark history and
Yes.
everything as well. So we tell a few stories in that respect as well.
Amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. Like I said, you
thank
guys
you.
have been
Absolutely.
absolutely amazing to talk to, and
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you very much.
And
I was
thank
gonna
you
say it's
for
been
allowing
good.
us to come on.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it's been good.
Absolutely.
I've enjoyed it.
Anytime. I'm glad
Yeah.
to hear that. I appreciate it again.
Yeah, no problem. I was gonna say we've enjoyed it, haven't we?
Oh,
It's been really good.
It's thoroughly enjoyable. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we will definitely be in touch then. Hopefully sooner than later, we'll get something going and
Absolutely.
we can get some stories from you guys of some more
Yeah,
specific locations and stuff.
Absolutely.
that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, our pleasure.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right. Well, you enjoy the rest of your evening.
I will,
you.
and you too.
Thank you. And
No
we'll be in
Thanks
problem.
ever
touch.
so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As I wrap up my time with you today, I hope the ideas I've shared here on Beyond Logic with Tiffany have provided a fresh perspective, challenging you to think a little differently about the world. Before you go, I have a request. I'd love for you to share this episode with one friend, colleague, or family member who you think needs to hear this specific conversation. Spreading the word is the best way to help the Beyond Logic community grow. To stay connected with everything I do and get continuous content throughout the week, make sure you follow me on all my platforms. Facebook is where my community gathers. Join the conversation, share your thoughts on the episode, and get exclusive behind-the-scenes content and Q&As. If you're on YouTube, head over to my channel to watch the full video version of this podcast and check out extended interviews and deep dives. For short, impactful, and shareable clips, follow me on TikTok. You can find all 3 platforms easily by searching for Beyond Logic with Tiffany. Until next time, keep questioning the narrative, keep exploring the possibilities, and stay beyond logic.